and that really is saying something. Enjoying to the full this moment. Rangers coming back onto the pitch to savour the triumph. Young Tom Cowan there, perhaps wondering what has happened to him. The Rangers supporters, one of the most loyal in the country, getting a fair share of this triumph for the players. It's been a long, hard season. That's the last time they won the championship. Flag gives an indication of Rangers' power in the land. Celtic winning it last year and now back to Ibrox again. And this vast crowd in the throes of enormous celebration. Well, Mel Sterling started it all. I suppose if somebody had said to him at the start of this year that he would end up at Ibrox doing a lap of honour for the winning of the championship, he simply wouldn't have believed it. And there's the other goal scorer, Kevin Drinkle, in what has been an English triumph this afternoon. Drinkle's first goal was absolutely immense, it really was. Well, the Rangers supporters will be very reluctant indeed to leave this stadium. Well, I wonder if it suits Terry. White might not think so. And Graham Souness, released from the bondage of the stand, enjoying himself and going right down to his supporters. It is a great personal triumph for Souness, and he's thanking his loyal supporters. He is on cloud 7 at the moment. Well, I suppose the need of young and loyalty both sets of old firm supporters. I think he's slightly overawed. And the Rangers players are now down with the handicap section. I've seen them doing this before. It's a nice gesture. And there is Ian Durrant, the boy who's missed out so much this season with that cruel injury, and who Rangers are patiently wishing to nurture back to full strength. Terry Butcher simply doesn't want to go home. He likes a triumph, does that man? And now we can lick straight into Dougie Donnelly and Mel Sterling.
Mel, for a professional footballer, this is what it's all about, isn't it?
Absolutely brilliant. You know, it's the first thing I've won in my life, and absolutely brilliant. Can't believe it.
Obviously, it's one of the reasons you came north was to enjoy days like this.
That's right. Yeah, I came north to enjoy football, play European football, and obviously win the championship, and that's what we've done.
What about the bedlam, though, the atmosphere around here?
It's unbelievable. You know, first game I played against Hamilton Accies, I just couldn't believe the atmosphere. But today, God, just listen to him. Unbelievable.
And you had 2 goals, of course, just with the icing and the cake.
That's right, yeah, 2 great goals. I enjoyed scoring. I used to score many goals at Sheffield Wednesday, but to score goals up at Rangers, it's absolutely fabulous.
That's 2 legs of the treble gone then. What's the chance of the hat-trick?
Well, we'll have to take every game as it comes, and hopefully let's put a hand in and win the cup.
Well on now. Come in, Terry. Just saying he scored 2 great goals. Would you agree with him?
I thought 4 were great goals, but no, the first 2 were very important. And to go 2-0 up at half time, we knew that it was within our grasp. So we just had to hold on, and it's just incredible. So you daren't hope that you're going to win it today or win it with about 4 or 5 games to go. But when you do win it, it's unbelievable.
Wonderful to win it any time, but to win it the way you very satisfying, because it must be one of your best performances of the season.
Well, a little bit critical the first 20 minutes, but I mean, who cares? We won 4-0, but we did play well. I think we were hungry for success, and all credit to the lads. It's not necessarily the whole 11 people. Through fans, I think it's one of the players there. We're not, you know, it's not the whole 11 who played the whole 13. It's the whole squad and the whole club. It's, you know, just a great place to play for.
Celebrations. Do you feel enormous relief now that it's over?
No, not really. I'm involved in this business. It's a pleasure to be involved in this business. It's easy for me to say that right now. We've just won the championship. Last year when we had our problems, both on and off the field, it was still a pleasure to come in to work here every day of the week.
That performance today was in fact one of your best of the season.
We played very well today. It's no secret, and I got myself in trouble over it. I criticised other pitches. Our pitch is not the best. We're making steps to change that. Today we soaked our pitch more than we have done all season, and we played maybe as good a football as we've played all year on it today. 4 goals.
Now you were upset by injuries again today.
Aye, this is the thing. We won the championship. We had the whole midfield not playing today. We had Ian Durant out, we had Ian Ferguson out, we had John Brown out, and Ray Wilkins came off after 10 minutes. That is a quality midfield in anybody's terms, and we played without them today. We also played the majority of the season without Ian Durant, who was highly regarded by the experts as the most influential player in Scottish football, midfield player in Scottish football. We played the whole season without him. We played 4 months without the top goal scorer in Scottish football. We played 4 months without the best goalkeeper in Britain. We've won the league with all those things going against us. So it's a credit to the players in there. They've done exceptionally well this year.
And you brought on young ones as well. You brought on young Tom Cowan today.
Tommy Cowan epitomises what the game of football is all about, whether it's in a Rangers shirt or anyone else's shirt. He plays with enthusiasm. He's done very well today. He's shown he's got what it takes.
But I suppose any manager in the game nowadays has to put up with all sorts of different aspects. I mean, the pressure is enormous, isn't it? All sorts of things.
Pressure, I think, is for the people who are unemployed, can't afford to treat their families in the way they want to treat their families. That's pressure.
So you consider yourself privileged in that sense?
I'm the most fortunate man in football. I believed that last year when we didn't win the championship. I believe it this year when we have won the championship.
Celebrations now?
I'll have a few drinks. I'm going to go to my dad's local tonight, and I'll have a few drinks with him and get sentimental, and then, as you do with drink.
Celtic Park and the showdown they won't forget.
Penalty to Celtic. So, Joe Miller against Chris Wood. Woody saved it, and it's crossed. And that is a gigantic strike towards the championship title itself.
April Fool's Day it may have been, but that penalty save by Chris Woods was authentic enough. And in a city sharply divided in loyalties, as Glasgow always will be, I think it was the single moment of the season which united Rangers and Celtic supporters in the belief that the championship was heading back towards Ibrox Park. And that the balance of power in Scottish football and the perpetual seesaw between these two giants was tilting towards Govan again. But you know, when you look at Rangers' huge drawing power, you realise that their confidence is based on the loyalty of supporters who certainly endorse their policy of big spending.
So going into the market and acquiring Gary Stevens for £1 million and another Englishman, Kevin Drinkle, for £500,000 was the kind of rich intake that led instantly to robust health and early optimism. To Rangers, lavish spending is as vital as including fibre for a balanced diet.
Gentlest of touches, Ferguson. Tough kick today. To Cooper, that's great. Oh, beautifully won. But that really started with this excellent move by Ian Ferguson, who's been very quiet. Now watch this, the dummy and the finish that went from that angle right to the goalkeeper. Butcher. And the ball, I think, yes, has been given. The Motherwell players are incensed by that, and we might begin to understand why they're so incensed. A lovely jump there by Butcher, and the Motherwell defender stopped still as Ian Durrant with Rangers 2 up.
Close to that one. Walters. Durrant through the middle. Chance for Rangers. Penalty. Now this was Durrant going through. Berry came right across, bundled him off, and really the referee pointed to the spot correctly. Ian Durrant is going to take this one himself. In off the post. Now Walters from Rangers. Turning, twisting, and put in by Nisbet.
In purely monetary terms, I suppose Andy Gray, £25,000 is worth about Terry Butcher's kneecap. The old warhorse, though, added wit and wisdom to the pro. But, as a Rangers supporter from his youth, he hardly sat and watched his first few games in comfort.
Great run here by Ian Cameron, the wide midfielder, setting up Billy Davis. Great strike, St Mirren in the lead after 13 minutes. St Mirren defence holding for the moment, but Rangers continuing to play the ball in from all angles. Graham Souness, the player manager, with a shot. Just wide of the target. Rangers still down by 1. A corner from Davy Cooper, placed in. Butcher with a header. Handball, said the referee. This time, Davy Cooper against Campbell Money, and the kick is good. Rangers have tied it. Mark Walters again at the helm, wide on the left. Really has had a marvellous week. Walters cross, Richard Goff up looking for the ball. Here's Davy Cooper chesting it down. The flick on to Mark Walters. That's 2-1. Butcher intercepts. Davy Cooper. He's beaten the offside trap. Ian Ferguson. And that breaks the tie. With 6 minutes left to go. It was Davy Cooper who set it up. Sending the cross deep. The Dundee United defence caught out, and Ian Ferguson with a header. Beating Billy Thompson. Rangers are in the lead. Corner kick to Rangers, taken by Mark Walters. Dundee trying to clear the lines, but Kevin Drinkle with a header. Drinkle making his comeback in this game after injury, and Rangers are in the lead. Here's Mark Walters again wide to the left. Cutting inside Billy Kirkwood, a chip by Walters. 2-0.
Sometimes Rangers of old have been such bad starters to the league, you would think nobody had told them it had begun at all. But that side confirmed they had wakened up a bit earlier this time. And to their hardly impoverished pro, they added Neil Cooper, who on his debut returned like the prodigal to his home ground, but with no thoughts of exchanging endearments.
Puts it at the near post. So is Brown. Goff beaten there by Robertson. Cooper! What a goal! From half-time, Neil Cooper on his debut for the White Blues scores the opening goal. Leash to take the feet. Ball from Dodds, away by Stevens. Aberdeen keeping the pressure on. Hewitt. Penalty. Ian Ferguson could do little about that one, as twisting and turning. You see it quite clearly. Inside the box, that's a penalty. Up comes Bent. Aberdeen are level. Aberdeen come again. Bent. Useful ball. Wood stays. Nicholas scores.
The loss of 2 points in championship terms was bearable. The loss of Ian Durrant in human terms incalculable. If they felt they had suffered more than their fair share of misfortune, fate was to pull another trick that amused nobody at Ibrox, especially Ali McCoist.
Long ball intended for Kevin Drinkle, who's onside. Drinkle's cross. Ali McCoist was waiting in the middle, seemed to pull up, and McCoist will require treatment. Richard Goff, the central defender. And Wilkins intercepted by Billy Davis. And Davis with a pass to Mark McWalter. 1-0 St Mirren. On the hour mark, Mark McWalter has broken through. Gary Stevens. Time running out for Rangers. Just over 4 minutes remaining. Wilkins with a cross. John Brown battling for it. Now Walters. Andy Gray has made the run. Andy Gray has tied it up.
A late equaliser always seems the worst of injustices, but on the other hand, Rangers' instinct to hang on was clear to see.
Of all the glittering prizes in Scottish football, the one that takes precedence over everything else is the League Championship trophy. But of course it does help if a club is winning other things as they go along, which Rangers did in the month of October when they won the Skol League Cup. But they were to go through, at the same time, a turbulent period. They'd already lost Ian Durrant. They were to lose Ali McCoist and Chris Woods, key figures in their side. But then suddenly, out of the blue, came a transformation off the field, which was to shake Scottish football to its foundations.
The club was sold. Lawrence Marlborough, the man from Lake Tahoe, severed the long family links with Rangers, and the club was now in the hands of new director Graham Souness and the new owner, one of the most dynamic young entrepreneurs in Britain, David Murray.
The opportunity arose that after meeting Graham, we came up with an idea of approaching Lawrence Marlborough, and fortunately he was prepared to sell us the club.
Under the guidance of David Holmes, the club had exorcised some of the ghosts of the past and faced up to the commercial realities of a new age. But Murray was faced by the stark factors of supply and demand. Ibrox was simply too small, and he certainly got to know that, especially as he watched from the director's box Rangers youngsters whetting the appetite for more and more.
Wilkins to McCall. And he's done it! A beautiful goal by McCall. And with 22 minutes gone, to the delight of this huge crowd at Ibrox, a superb goal by this young man. Very neat play again by Wilkins, and what the coolness, almost iciness of the way he finished it off.
The cue to get into Rangers' first team shows how strong the pool is. John Brown fits in anywhere. Nicky Walker was good enough to hold the fort in time of need. Ian Ferguson ignites rather than just plays football. And his namesake Derek has an injury record which makes him the most fragile in the side, but for all that, his smooth technique is the blender of the assorted styles around him.
Here's Ferguson. Going on the inside and trying the shot. It's a goal! Alan Ruff is stunned, but Derek Ferguson has made the breakthrough. And that could be a vital goal for Rangers.
After 21 games, Rangers were beginning to consolidate themselves at the top. Now, with due respect to the others, Souness was looking over his shoulder at one team in particular. They came to Ibrox on the 3rd of January.
Can't get it away. Field for a free kick, and it is. And that was a very bad piece of play by Ray Wilkins. An astonishingly slack pass which brought this foul about. But McAvenny is very dangerous in that position. Seemed to me he threw himself a bit. There's only a minute gone. Celtic to take this. It's just there, yes. Morris, 1-0. Here's Ferguson. Just gets rid of. Now Walters. Now that is a free kick. Free kick for Rangers. Wilkins will take this. There's Butcher with it. It's in. Butcher, the equaliser. Terry Butcher, rising above them all he needed was the slightest glance, and it soared away from Warner. Butcher, superb in the air. Here's Walters, and Rangers get the free kick. Brown on towards Ferguson. Here's Drinkle. Field for a penalty is given. For the second game in a row, Brogan has given away a penalty. It happened on Saturday, and there was a challenge. Well, Mark Walters, in an atmosphere that would terrify even the toughest personality, has to take this penalty kick. It's there. Rangers are in the lead, 2-1. Mark Walters puts them there. And he did that with the greatest of ease, very near the goalkeeper, but it went in. Ferguson with the shot, is there. There was a deflection, I think. In came Ferguson, and that shot whistled in, and I think there was a deflection. But Rangers are now 3-1 in the lead, and we've played 1 minute of stoppage time. Straight to McCall. Drinkle. That's a beautiful ball. Here's Walters through. Walters with a great chance, and he's done it. Number 4 for Rangers in the breakaway. Beautifully taken goal. The classic sucker punch. Rangers have been in the ropes for the last 10 minutes, and Walters gets them away from it. And that is the game well and truly won.
Now, on such a day, it's easy for the victorious supporters of an old firm team to succumb to the temptation of thinking that everything is downhill from then on. This euphoria was accentuated when Ally McCoist, who had tried every known treatment for that injury, finally got his hamstring to cooperate again. His colleagues softened up the opposition first.
Chip towards Derek Ferguson, he brought it down well, and Geddes, Ian Ferguson. The two Fergusons combining. And the free kick into the wall. There's Saunders, and right, he's done it. Dundee are level. Walters corner. And again, Geddes off his line. There's Ian Ferguson. And Butcher might get it in. He's done it. Well, it was messy, but they all count. By Stevens, and Ian Ferguson racing down the right, has Drinkle in the middle, also Ally McCoist, he scores, and the alley shuffle, 3-1.
Ferguson, Walters, Stevens to Ferguson. A better ball to Monroe. Does very well, he scored! Oh, very good goal by Monroe. As Rangers go delirious, and here's this player who's been moved about. He's been a substitute, he's been a full-back, finds himself in again in the left-hand position, and this superb pass here by Wilkins is best of the match so far. From a difficult angle, Monroe puts Rangers 1 up with 6 minutes to have time. And the whistles are blowing now. And maybe Mr. Wardle is taking his guidance from that East German referee. I don't know quite how long the stoppage time will be. Oh! It's an own goal, would you believe?
Not since Laurel and Hardy made fumbling an art form has it been such a delicate piece of farce. The Rangers manager wasn't laughing. In fact, he exchanged words with the linesman, which were far from pleasantry. But Souness did smile, though, when Chris Woods came back after a 4-month illness.
Oh, he's nowhere near that. Towards Martin. With that shot, McCoy's, and Ferguson done it! Brilliantly taken! That's a touch again. And it's gone in. Chalmers, I think, put it in. Smith doing a bit of falling. Butcher is up. And there's a check, a great goal by McCoy. Butcher gave the assist. And McCoy's in like a flash. Away, Goff is up. Davy Cooper. Great effort by Cooper. Walters has done it. 3-1.
Still in front, but feeling the pressure, and with Dundee United, Aberdeen and Celtic refusing to slacken, Rangers went into the marketplace again. Mel Sterling came to Ibrox for £750,000 to fill any possible gaps caused by Rangers' booking statistics, which made Terry Butcher especially vulnerable.
Long ball low through the legs that time of Holly Jefferson. And Kevin Drinkle's cross to McCoist. There's Ian Ferguson. He makes it count. Rangers building up again. And spaces in the Hamilton defence. Kevin Drinkle in the middle. Blocked away, and here's Mel Sterling. Great way to start off your Ibrox career. The man they used to call Zico makes it 2-0. Walters. Right to the far post, and Richard Goff's there, he's done it. And that wraps it up for Rangers. 1 minute to go.
If anybody were to say that life is dull at Ibrox, it would be a bit like saying that Niagara is merely a bubbling brook. After all, if it wasn't happening on the field, which it largely was throughout the season, it was certainly happening off it. At about this time of the year, Rangers very dramatically announced improvements that they would wish to make to refurbish Ibrox, which is already a very superb stadium. It was going to cost them £11 million. They also brought to the park a television executive, Alan Montgomery, who was to revamp the business structure. They want more facilities like these. This is the McPhail Suite, which is the executive area for the main sponsor. They're going to build new boxes and a new stand. That's all a sign of a club very confident of its future, even though just over the horizon then was a visit to a hoodoo ground, Celtic Park.
Bit of jockeying position in there, and that's in. Drinkle. There's Ferguson with a shot. Oh, it's a brilliant one. And he's gone in. It's a second for Rangers. Brown. Yeah, too many Celtic players going at it. Joe Millen. Brilliant play by Miller. Now this one looks better for Celtic. Morris. There's a great chance. He scored. Walker. Nice touch there. Joe Miller. Richard Gore. Going to field for a penalty. The penalty's been given. It's been given for handling.
Now, at the end of such a day, it is natural to feel you not only have won a football match against your oldest rivals, but conquered the galaxy to boot. You really would have been hard-pressed to have had a logical conversation with these gentlemen of the terracings to persuade them that there were still 6 games to go. The supporters at a ground where winning has had a rarity quality were letting themselves go. Yet the nerves were stretched to the limit by Motherwell, who were almost the official party ruiners at Ibrox. Almost, but not quite. Ali McCoist caused relief to surge round the ground like a tidal wave.
Well, Ibrox may be a changed place from the old days when everybody virtually had to stand. But the atmosphere in the renovated and modernised stadium is absolutely marvellous, and indeed is the envy of the whole of Europe. But one thing the Rangers players wanted more than anything else, and that was to win the championship this season at home in front of their very loyal supporters. So when Hearts came here, they knew they were in for a hot time.
Walters is there. Wilkins and Sterling. There it is, and it's in! Beautifully by Sterling. And off he goes. That little run of triumph for such a sweetly hit free kick. That's at each other. Look at this comedy of errors with Drinkle. Well, that's not a bad ball then. A great goal, Sterling. Oh, superbly taken by the big man. He is having a field day. Well, I think he wanted to climb up to the audience. Beautifully weighted cross there and flush from the forehead right into the rigging, as they would say. And the crowd love him, and he does in return. So Walters, and he just gets him there. Oh, brilliant goal, Drinkle! Oh, yes, superb goal. Well, the 3 goals from the 2 Englishmen, and how about that? Oh, here's Ferguson. Down. There's the race forward, ball side. Drinkle. And he's done it. His second. Rangers 4th. And you get the feeling that if Rangers really wanted, this could develop into a run. Certainly the Hearts defence tried to play the ball side. They certainly were not. And Drinkle took his opportunity and remained admirably calm. Okay, they look easy, don't they, from there, but you ask the striker about it. They're all difficult. Well, there's an almighty roar going up over Ibrox. The final whistle has gone at Pittodrie. It is nothing each, and the Rangers supporters realise that. I'm not sure if the Rangers players do, but the championship is Rangers, or technically speaking, they're 4 minutes away from it. Ibrox has erupted.
Souness's impassive countenance is a familiar landmark in Scottish football now, but underneath, ultimately, he felt like the others. Restraint at the final whistle is simply an impossibility. Rangers celebrated with that pleasantly weary look that comes over players when they know the hard work is well behind them. Their supporters are habitually very hard to please, but having been lifted out of the rut of mediocrity which the club had settled into prior to Souness, the celebrations simply underline the fact there can be no going back on the policy of massive investment. Their continuing success might intimidate others in Scottish football, that is certainly true. But inevitably, the major clubs must rise to their challenge as they form the core of a new prosperity for the game. Souness points to the factors which made his side so very special this season.
The determination of our players in pre-season, the look on their faces when we were putting hard work in pre-season. They had the hunger. And you can now, you want to talk about individual games, but that for me, I knew in pre-season we had a real chance.
Do you see the League Championship always in terms of passport to Europe?
No, League Championships are not keep me in a job. If I won a cup every year, wouldn't guarantee me on the job the following season. I know if I win a championship, that'll keep me in the job.
But the club has dramatically changed. Is it on the right path as far as you're concerned?
We've won the championship. We're heading in the right direction. I am not entirely satisfied with my team, and I don't think I ever will be. So therefore, I'm still looking to go forward. I'm looking to make changes. We must always look to go forward. And that may be super critical, or may sound super critical by me. After just winning the league today, I think we can improve our team in certain areas, and I've been given the responsibility, and it's my responsibility to give the supporters the best team, because they support the biggest club in Great Britain. There's no reason why we shouldn't be the best club in Great Britain, and maybe the best club outside of that.
Can I tag along, yours?
Me?
You are, aren't you?
Well, just a little. But don't tell anyone, you'll ruin my image.
We can't have that, can we?
So, tell me about your new image then.
What about it?
Well, like I said earlier, you look great.
Well, thank you kindly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and thank you for keeping Angel off my back.
You don't need me to fight your battles. You can handle my wife.
Oh, every little counts.
So, what was the straw that broke the camel's back? Was it something Angel said to you?
No, but she doesn't own me. Just fancied a change.
Well, we're back at Crossroads at the regular time of 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Well, stay with us now for Zulu, classic historical movie.
Come along, sir. There's a good gentleman.
You were rocking and rolling on that third. I thought you were going to fall over.
I actually felt it in my shins. I felt like my legs were going to just give way.
Well, certainly there's no sign of Koivuniemi's legs giving way. She's heading towards 100 metres and 10 metres past the mark of Koivuniemi, and that really was too much for her. Well done, though. It was good. Very good.
I was like waiting for somebody to tap me on the shoulder or say something. I never heard anybody say anything.
So you just kept
and there was
going.
no line, there's nothing. I thought eventually somebody'd say, hey, you can stop now.
But that was an important win for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, I needed that so I could sleep tonight.
So will you sleep easy?
Not till the contest is over.
Well, it sure ain't over, but an extra point might be a vital cushion for Jill Mills in her battle to retain her title. Anna Rosen and Jose Morneau picking up good points there. And effectively, there are still 4 people involved in this. Any one of the top quartet could end up as champion. Towering over KL in this event.
I'll try my best. It always helps to put a little breathing room in there.
How do you assess your relative strengths here?
Oh, this is an excellent event for her too. And because it's...
And that is the position she's in at the moment. Jackie, as she always does, enjoying herself, enjoying the attention of the crowd.
Good.
So here we go. A former bodybuilder has turned successfully to the strong woman circuit. Now then, this is better. She locked out as fast as she could, head back, shoulders back. I wonder what they think when their eyes are shut. Just hang on for dear life for as long as possible. There are no straps wrapped around the wrist and wrapped around that bar like they used to be in World's Strongest Man and Woman. It's all to do with the grip, blocking out the pain, the massive strength as well in those shoulder muscles, the trapezius just behind the neck on the shoulders. And she's in the lead. She goes ahead of the American Hartnett. This is a great effort by Jackie Young, just short of 39 seconds, 38.32. Fantastic for the Scot.
I'm quite pleased. My grip just started going, sliding. Once that goes, that's it. I think about 38 seconds there, so so far I'm quite pleased.
Well, 2.5 points ahead of the Finn. One event to go after this one. Well, Jill, a fantastic deadlifter in the gymnasium. I wonder if she can repeat that sort of performance here. Jackie Young leads at 38.32, and that was such an easy lift off the ground for the American. I bet most of the crowd here can't believe what they've seen over the last few days. There have been some remarkable performances, not just by Jill, but by all the athletes. 15 seconds gone now. Jill Mills, the target, 38.32, and whatever happens to Jackie Young, she's not going to finish any worse than second, and that will mean she'll move up into third place overall, which is fantastic news for Great Britain. Now then, she's going past many of her rivals now. Is she going to win this event? She is. 39.40, a massive effort again by the American. The champion-elect goes to 43.72, looking good and feeling strong. Can anybody catch the American with just one event to go? Maybe, just maybe, the champion for the second time. We think she's just got to lift two of those objects up in a reasonable time to make sure, but here we go. Well, Jackie Young and Anna Rosen will be watching Haney very closely. Jill Mills, this is quick. Two go up. Yes, they do. I think she is the champion. But what about Haney? She needs 4 up, and she needs to go faster than Jackie Young and Anna Rosen to make sure of that second place. But look at this. Jill Mills on number 4. This is the champion. Yes, it is. The American has done it. The very first world's strongest woman last year. She's retained her title, but Haney is strongest woman once again.
But Haney, or the same, or not quite so important as last time?
Well, I have it more in perspective, but at the same time it feels like more of an accomplishment this year because the girls were all so much tougher. I mean, this was really a tough contest. I mean, as you could see, 3 girls tied for second place by points. So in that aspect, yeah, all the girls were much more experienced, much more competitive this year, definitely. So yeah, it was much more of an accomplishment, definitely, to win this year.
And even more so now, because if you come back next year to try and get a hat-trick, everybody's shooting for you.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think every year it'll get tougher and tougher, definitely.
Well, Jill, many congratulations. And we look forward to seeing you in 12 months' time.
We'll see. Thank you.
Second last year and third this, Haney Koivuniemi will be determined to complete her set of